I'm John Holland. I'm an obstetrician for the past 25 plus years in Mississippi, and been delivering babies for all that time. People ask me how many babies I've delivered, and I didn't keep up with it, but really enjoy my job. The excitement of bringing a life into the world is really fun. It can get mundane and old, and you have to remind yourself of what a miracle it is to see a new birth and a new life, and just see the excitement of the parents. I try to make a practice of praying for each child as they come out. I forget, especially at 2 a.m. But the thrill of that, is really fun. But again, I do have to be reminded. But one of the opportunities that I get to be involved with is unplanned pregnancies, or parents who would like to have children but are unable to, and that puts me right in the middle of a great opportunity, conflict, stress, to either help them get pregnant or to plug them into an option of adoption. It all started back when I was in college. I went to liberal arts school, Wesleyan in origin, and my senior orals, they didn't go over much of my bachelor degree questions, but went right into, they knew I was going to go to med school, and so they asked me what I was going to do, pretty much about the situation of abortion. And so it caught me off guard, but again, it pretty much haunted me, to think, what am I going to do with, a 15-year-old who comes in and has, no job, no family, and where am I going to point her to? And of course, in my orals, I said that, I was going to have to help her. And when I moved to my where we live now, about a year or two into my new job as an obstetrician, I was able to plug into an adoption agency in town. It was Bethany Christian Services. It's nationally known, but it gave me a quick plug-in, quick outlet to get these ladies help. And so with that outlet, it really gave me encouragement that I took on the challenge that my professor had given me in those oral exams my senior year in college. The statistics appear that there are over like 150 million orphans in the world. In the United States, about 400,000 children in foster care. And so the need is there. One of the interesting statistics that we've seen in obstetrics is that over the years, teen pregnancy, of course, was on a rise, and now it's kind of stabilized. But the stigma of being an unwed mother has gone down, which has been good for the moms, but of course it's made adoption a little bit more, less on the table. The moms feel more comfortable taking care of the child, living with their parents, and it's put a little bit more of a squeeze on babies that were available for adoption. So in my role as an obstetrician, again, I see these young ladies come in, and I've got a couple ladies in labor. I'm having to go to surgery, and here she comes in, and she's not sure what she's going to do with the pregnancy. She comes in with her mom. They're all extremely stressed, and it's that first visit that seems to be the most intense. Everybody's trying to come with reality that their precious daughter is now pregnant, going to be a mom, and so where do you go with that? And I'm running through the day, and of course, I do pray that God will help me listen to these interruptions, these times where I need to stop and listen. But fortunately, there are some really good adoption agencies that and again, I have one in my own hometown that I can call and say, can this patient get worked in and just get a lot of information and gets the options and some assistance, because it is incredibly stressful. It's always amazing the next visit is usually a whole much more calm, and they got to have a game plan. But just to have those the adoption agents who is a social worker and somebody that can sit down and spend an hour or two and give these young ladies a direction. The other part that I see in my practice is couples trying to get pregnant, and they go through all the workups and all the treatments and still can't get pregnant. And fortunately, the adoptions agency, crisis pregnancy centers, again, help plug them in there. And of course, it can be expensive. What I do see is there are a bunch of different options for adoption, but it's so nice to have that local agency that can give you counseling, can give you that local support, because some adoptions are pretty tough, and there can be medical and psychological issues that you need that help. And a lot of agencies do a really good job, but you do want to investigate those, their background and their reviews, essentially. But it has been a great opportunity as a physician to be able to plug people in and to be there and hopefully to plug them into things that adoptions that will change their lives and change the kids' lives and change the parents' lives. I've really enjoyed that opportunity as a physician to hopefully do like James says and be available for widows and for orphans.